everyone, and this is my review for WWE Smackdown on December 7th, 2012. Basically, this week's Smackdown, I felt, though it wasn't all that, I didn't think it was all that great in the terms of story building. For all of the, it did certain things for story building towards the pay-per-view. Of course, the Shield coming out and attacking Daniel Bryan, which led to Kane. The central beatdown of both Kane and Daniel Bryan as well was really well done. I'm liking what they're doing with the Shield in this case. They're making them dominant. They're making them a force to be reckoned with, and it's definitely a good way to go going into the pay-per-view for that tag match. That's going to be no replacement for the Ryback and CM Punk match. So, in that sense, that was a really good thing that they did on SmackDown this week. The one thing that's still irking me, and not really liking it, is the whole Hornswoggle, Great Khali, teaming up together to take on like Epico and Primo. I don't like the combination. It's not good at all in my mind. The only good thing out of it is that maybe, now that Natalya's with them, they have at least some kind of personality there. And oddly enough, Natalya is the one with the most personality out of that. So maybe if she does that for a little bit, maybe they'll start throwing her into more matches, and maybe they can allow her to show off her skill. Well, pretty much finally, and what she can do in the ring and on the mic as well. That was pretty much the only bad thing about the show. I really liked the Randy Orton-Wade Barrett match. It was really well done again. The Daniel Bryan Big Show match was really good as well. I did like the small little bits of interaction with Kofi Kingston with Wade Barrett inside of his match. That kind of puts a little bit more emphasis towards the Intercontinental title match at the pay-per-view. I didn't necessarily fully like the Cesaro R-Truth promo. I'm glad they're putting some time and some effort into trying to build this match going into the pay-per-view match itself, instead of just kind of throwing it in there. So they gave him some promo time this week. I actually like the fact that they gave him promo time. It wasn't necessarily all that great, but it did what it was supposed to do, was get the point across about the two different views that those two see with everything, and then of course a nice little brawl right at the end of that segment as well. The match with Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio was really well done again. They've been putting on good matches for quite some time, so this is a nice thing to end out seeing again. Was a really good match with Del Rio and Sheamus. Since at the beginning of the show they made the no contact clause between Big Show and Sheamus, where basically if Sheamus makes contact with Big Show, he loses the title shot. Big Show makes contact with Sheamus, or basically whoever forces the contact first. Well, in this case, Big Show would lose the title if he did first. Sheamus would lose his shot if he did it first. I liked what they did after the match. Big Show was taunting Sheamus to try to get a free bro kick in, and instead, he just throws Ricardo Rodriguez in them to give a low blow. I thought that was a nice little way of getting around the no contact clause and giving Sheamus the upper hand at the end of the show. And obviously, they didn't do any kind of build-up for next week's show, but obviously they have you have everything you saw, and hopefully looking forward into what will be the go-home SmackDown before the TLC pay-per-view. For the most part, I felt the show was not. For the most part, I thought the show was fairly entertaining, at least the match quality-wise. I wish they would have put a little more strength into some of the other. Building of the pay-per-view storylines, but they did at least build those storylines to an extent, and hopefully they'll just continue on that build going into the last SmackDown before the pay-per-view. That is my review for SmackDown this week. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.